So, Nishant, to fire you first question with, I have one basic question for you. Introduction of yourself, so that everyone can know
Certainly.
something about you.
Sure. Why not? Yeah. So guys, my name is Nishant Bhardwaj. I'm an Ironman certified coach. I'm one of the only 20 people in the entire country in India who are certified Ironman coaches. I'm also a marathon coach. I help people with their fitness, running, a lifestyle goals through marathons and triathlons. Apart from that, that's my night job. I have a day job as well. I work in India's biggest bank. I take care of the entire brand management and digital marketing portfolio for India's biggest digital banking platform. Uh,
Okay.
and so that's my day job. There's a team that I handle, and along with that, I'm trying to build a personal brand as well through all the social media and YouTube. You guys must check out my YouTube channel. I've just launched it a month back. It's called as Trifandry, where like this one, we bring global superstars and fitness athletes and coaches from around the world, different countries, Australia, US, Singapore, Dubai, various countries who have achieved a lot in their own fitness journeys. So it's just trying to make
Okay.
a few things and trying to account for each hour of the 24 hours that we have.
Nishant, how your journey started basically into fitness?
Sure. Okay. So that's a very interesting question, and to answer you, in fact, we just entered the month of October, and to tell you honestly, I started my endurance journey just 3 years back, and
Okay.
3 years back, as in like when I started doing events. I had never done events before, and when you start getting into events, you learn a lot in terms of how to train, what races to do, what is nutrition, and various other gym jams. Before that, in fact, I've been into fitness for about 16 years now, and
Okay.
so racing itself started just 3 years back, but I have been into proper running. I've been running from last 16 years. I started in 2005. My
Wow.
father, Colonel Inder Mohan, motivated me.
Okay.
He was in the army. He's living a retired life now. And after doing my 12th class, I was like super. I wouldn't want to use a right word so that people don't get hurt. I would not say fat. I was overweight, obese category two.
Hobbies.
My
Nice.
yes, my in
Okay.
fact obese category two. I was about 16, 17, and my weight was 113 kilos. I was
Oh my God.
yeah, 113. I was not fully grown at 17, or not completely. Like I'm right now, I'm 6'2". My height
Right.
then was probably 5'8", 5'9", and so I was super fat, super obese. And
Oh,
but my father started motivating me, telling me about running and various exercises, a bit about diet, and that's when I started. I always used to play games. I have played a lot of lawn tennis. I've played squash, badminton. I've played a
okay.
bit of basketball as well in the school times, but that none of that really helped me in my weight loss journey. And but real transformation started from 2005 when I took up running properly. Like I used to run 10 kilometers regardless of what. I did not know anything about it, but I used to run 10 kilometers every day, take care of my diet. And in about 11 months, 11, 12 months, I lost about 31, 32 kilos of weight and came down to 81.
Okay.
So I've never
Just from
stopped since
running.
then.
So,
Yeah.
so basically, what was your way of learning when you started? So, did you adopt practical way, or you had your research time as well?
Yeah, so very valid question. So when I started, and like most of the people start, I think it's just about getting out there and doing your best every single day. That if I ran 10K today, let me just go out and do 11K, or at this speed and that
Hmm.
speed. And so I did that for a few months, I would say, and then my dad started guiding me that it's not about running fast or running long. It's about running with the right technique, the right
Hmm.
ways of landing each foot every time you land. Because when
Okay.
you're running, each time your foot strikes the ground, you're putting
Hmm.
so many forces. Newton meter or forces on your knees, on your ankle, and in the entire body. So if you're not doing it right, if you're landing inside out inwards, if you're landing outwards, knowing fully well that your feet is completely straight, you're gonna get injured. So
Okay.
I had those kind of injuries, but then
Okay.
started learning. We did not have YouTube and all in
Obviously.
2005, but
Yes.
being from the army background, my dad told me that maybe just do 5K every day, but focus on the technique. Focus on mandatory 10 minutes of warm up, mandatory 10 minutes of cool down,
Hmm.
and just enjoying the joy of running, going one step at a time, not worrying about the time or the distance. Go out there,
Right.
pay your dues every single day, and along the way, you learn. If you want to start running, start with the walk jog technique. In walk jog technique, what happens is you start with a 5 to 10 minutes stretching exercises, normal, just let your body loose, stretch every part of your
Hmm.
body, and then start running from one pole to another. So, obviously, when you start out, you will not have a stamina to run 5 kilometers or 10 kilometers. You start out by looking, let's say, start by
Excuse
running
me.
200 meters, the
Okay.
next pole that you can see. Then you walk a little. Then 100 meters you walk, 200 meters you run. Keep doing that
Okay.
over and over again for a month. You would have already developed the stamina to, let's say, run for 3, 4, 5, 6 kilometers, depending
Kilometers.
on kilometers time.
Yeah.
In the
Also
beginning,
depending
it
on the
should be about,
consistency.
yeah, just go out there, start with the walk jog technique. Don't push it, don't run fast, don't go after timings, don't look at what other people are posting on
Okay.
social media.
Right.
Just go out there for a month, do 100 meters, 200 meters of running, 100 meters of walking, 200 meters of running, 100 meters of walking. It's as simple as that. When you
Okay.
finish your 30 minutes, 20, 30 minutes of run, then 10 minutes of cool down. That's it.
So Nishant, like this is some of that time that I'm conversing with someone who is actually practicing side hustle, because not everyone is practicing side hustle on their regular schedule. So on the basis of talking about side hustle, how you got motivated to start your side hustle? Because sometimes people are not able to dedicate that much time. कि they are like, यार अभी एक job चल रही है. I won't be able to start the another thing as well.
So, obviously, finger on my lips. It's just because I work. I what so basically what I am doing is not entirely a side hustle. It's more of a personal brand building activity, and
Okay.
I call it teaching. I am teaching people and coaching people. So
Right.
that's more of a trying to bring change in people's lives by teaching them the right ways of exploring the locked potential that we all have through the
Right.
ways and means of fitness, which is running, strength conditioning, and triathlons. And that's what I'm trying to do. So uh, when it comes to managing any side project, it's not just about building some side business. It could be about working on your passion. It could be about writing that book, or it could be about starting that blog that you always wanted to, or some
Hmm.
podcast that you and I are trying to build, or
Right.
just learning the craft or doing some internship on the side so that we can learn more about the industry. How you do that is you set yourself goals. You set yourself, when you are working in an organization, you are given targets for every
Hmm.
week, every month, every quarter. I do that to
Right.
my teams. I'm sure if you're working, you would do that to your
Yes.
teams. Without
Yeah.
a target, a business would not grow. Like if a company does not, at the end of this year, if a company is not setting that FY 21-22, we want to reach, let's say, 1,000 crores in revenue with
Hmm.
so much EBITDA and 15% profitability, and we want these lines of businesses to grow, and these five products, new product launches will be taking place. Now, these are
Right.
business plans on a broad based, and the
Yeah.
companies swear by this. They would not they have this monthly, weekly targets that they work. Now, when it comes to our personal lives, we stop setting ourselves target, and it's just everything is in the air. That I want
Okay.
to do something. Let me start. maybe next month I will buy a domain, and in 2 months I will try and start writing that first blog. I mean, come on, you need to start taking action today. You need to set yourself goals today. That let's say if you're building some project or if you want to start a blog, what is stopping you from writing that 1,000 or 500 words blog today? It will take probably 3 hours in the first time. Next time, when you
Right.
start, it will take you like an hour, 2 hours. Set yourself weekly targets, set yourself revenue targets, and set yourself, the time target and time yourself. You got to be uh, super strict with yourself when you're really serious about doing something on the side.
Okay.
You have to be your own boss. You have to be a self starter and set yourself targets that you have to achieve, and not the kind of targets that we used to set during our engineering or MBA days, when we used to say that 10 chapters baki hain, so we will 5 days baki hain, so every day if I do two chapters, I would have by that I would
By
have
the end of the
finished
time,
my.
yeah, entire code.
Yeah, not those targets, the targets which are measurable, which are timed, and which are doable, not unrealistic targets. Just take out 2 hours on your side hustle, 1 hour on your body. You are so set. So
Okay.
that's how you do it.
And what if someone wants to start as a trainer,
Okay, sure.
just like you?
So that's a super valid point. Number one, I would say is that if you are an influencer means even if you have like 500 followers, you are an influencer for someone. If 500, even if 500 people are following you, does not matter how many followers you have. Even if 5 people follow you, you are an influencer. The way you influence people is by setting an example, and the way you influence people is not by not sharing fake news or half-baked facts or myths. Do not in the urge of creating more followership, do not just look at something from the internet and start telling
Hmm.
people that you do this and do
Exactly.
that. If you want to become a trainer, if you want to become a fitness trainer, please do that. Go ahead. It's a new industry. We all have to grow it together, because there are 1.5 billion Indians, 1.4 billion Indians, 7.5 billion people in the world. Everyone needs to get fit. And for that, we need millions of fitness trainers. In fact, my personal goal is to have at least 2 million fitness trainers on the platform of Trifantry maybe in the next 5 to 7 to 10 years, as we
Okay.
try and build this up. And by all means, go ahead and do it. But uh, study it, train for it, get certified from the right uh, universities, right places where you have qualified information given to you through a structured study program. Just do not read something from internet, or just
Hmm.
don't see one YouTube video, start copying it and start giving people plans. That will
Okay.
really hamper people's health. When you are a fitness trainer, you are literally taking someone's hopes, dreams. You're taking someone's fitness journey. You're changing their physiology. You're changing their bodies. And if you're not qualified enough, you will end up hurting them as well as
Hmm.
yourself. So
Right.
please, if you're watching this, guys, get qualified and then start training. That's the best way to do it.
Okay. Okay. So, Nishant, I had one question that just popped up into my mind, that uh, what is the basically general ideal diet according to you for everyone? Like in
Mhm.
nowadays, people have various, like we can say they prefer outside food as well. So I don't want to personally call that as a junk food or something. But yeah, what is the basically ideal diet for you?
See, there's no right or wrong. Obviously, if you're having saturated fat in your diet, if you're having way too much junk food, if you're having colas, and if you're having sugary drinks, if you're having way too much alcohol or smoking or all these kind of things, it's bad for you. There's no two way about it. That being said, if you are a vegetarian, you are a vegan, you are a non-vegetarian, fruitarian, or any other diet, Jain food, or any other food that you like to have, please feel free to go and have it. The golden rule of nutrition or diet is moderation. Control what you want to eat. If you are, let's say, 500 calories hungry, uh, eat probably 20% lesser than what you want to, when you feel completely full. Do
Okay.
not overeat.
Hmm.
That's number one. Like, eat less than what you normally eat. You will never
All
be,
right.
I would say, overweight or unhealthy. That's number
Mm-hmm.
one. Number two is the timing of the diet is super important. Like, have the diets in your prescribed times, morning, afternoon, evening. If you have late food, if you have food later than 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, that's all fat. Uh, there is a saying that, and it's proven as well, that you should finish your dinner at least 3 hours before sleeping. So you
Right.
need to finish your dinner at least 3 hours before sleeping. And of course, if you are on intermittent fasting and all that, so that's a different structure altogether. There is
Right.
no right or wrong diet as long as you're having everything in moderation. Control your calories, take care of the timing of your diet, and have more water. Like, have fruits, try and have natural foods instead of processed foods. You will be fine.
Okay.
Work out. In fact, you will be able to eat much more.
So, Nishant, I had one question that just popped up into my mind that uh, what is the basically general ideal diet according to you for everyone? Like in
Mhm.
nowadays, people have various, like we can say they prefer outside food as well. So I don't want to personally call that as a junk food or something. But yeah, what is the basically ideal diet for you?
See, there's no right or wrong. Obviously, if you're having saturated fat in your diet, if you're having way too much junk food, if you're having colas, and if you're having sugary drinks, if you're having way too much alcohol or smoking or all these kind of things, it's bad for you. There's no two way about it. That being said, if you are a vegetarian, you are a vegan, you are a non-vegetarian, fruitarian, or any other diet, Jain food, or any other food that you like to have, please feel free to go and have it. The golden rule of nutrition or diet is moderation. Control what you want to eat. If you are, let's say, 500 calories hungry, uh, eat probably 20% lesser than what you want to, when you feel completely full. Do
Okay.
not overeat.
Hmm.
That's number one. Like, eat less than what you normally eat. You will never
All
be,
right.
I would say, overweight or unhealthy. That's
Mm-hmm.
number one. Number two is the timing of the diet is super important. Like, have the diets in your prescribed times, morning, afternoon, evening. If you have late food, if you have food later than 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, that's all fat. Uh, there is a saying that, and it's proven as well, that you should finish your dinner at least 3 hours before sleeping. So you
Right.
need to finish your dinner at least 3 hours before sleeping. And of course, if you are on intermittent fasting and all that, so that's a different structure altogether. There is
Right.
no right or wrong diet as long as you're having everything in moderation. Control your calories, take care of the timing of your diet, and have more water. Like, have fruits, try and have natural foods instead of processed foods. You will be fine.
Okay.
Work out. In fact, you will be able to eat much more.
While starting out, that how do you reach to different people for your channel? Is there something you
Okay.
practice on that and focus on that will help you get more reach or something?
On what platform are you talking about?
Basically, your try pantry, I can say.
Okay. So when you're starting out a small business or startup or website or blog, how to reach to more people? Okay.
Right.
That's a good question. That's also from in my domain, which is marketing digital. So
Yes.
if you are a young startup, young company who's just starting out and you do not have the liberty of marketing budgets, if you do, please go ahead, spend money on quality content, YouTube AdWords, spend money promoting, use Instagram ads, use Facebook ads, try and form communities. feel free. I mean, if you have the money, go for it. You can also hire the services of digital marketing executives and
Right.
managers. If you are
Right.
a single person, one person or two-person company or a 10-person small startup, so what you do is you have to strategize your content. So first thing first is that get the basic structure of the entire brand, uh, which looks like a brand or a company. So let's have a good
Okay.
logo, have a clean logo, a clean name. Register yourself a domain which is closest to your business. Make a basic WordPress website. It's very easy. Anyone can make it. You can just to GoDaddy or various other domain name registration websites are there. Big Rock. Go ahead, register yourself. Then make an account on WordPress. Make a basic website and just start posting content, blogs, and all on that.
Hmm.
So that's number one. Number two, you make a channel on maybe a YouTube, you make a channel on LinkedIn, you make a channel on Instagram, Facebook. Also, try and utilize Facebook groups. Make Facebook groups for exclusively for your domain, your
Okay.
niche, and create content every single day. Create more content. Your target should be that you create at least 2 to 3 pieces of content which is relevant to the customers. So when you are drawing out your first 100 customers, write it down. Like, if you do not have a strategy in mind, like who is going to be your first 100 customers, like let's say for example this is a sipper.
Hmm.
Now if I do not put down the 2 or 3 types of people who will use this sipper, and I just start selling it to bombarding it through ads, or start sending it to some random uncle or auntie who have never, who would say, what is this sipper here, why is this for 350 rupees, I have a steel bottle, I have a glass, why would I buy this? But you need to understand who's going to buy this sports sipper. Probably
Yeah,
people who
basically
are
your
into
target
fitness.
audience.
So define your target audience, define
Right.
the TG, define the age group, define the dynamics, define the platforms there where they're gonna be, and then
Hmm.
start creating content which is relatable. Not a ad-based content saying that you take a picture and write MRP 350 and now selling for 300. No, that's not how you create content. Create relatable content every single day. Like you say that when you're working out and you're going for your run, I do not have water that is handy, but this sipper has really helped me in sipping while I'm working out. This has this particular top which helps you in sipping while you're working out without spillage. That's the kind of content you have to create. So create more
Right.
content, use the right hashtags, reach out to your own groups on WhatsApp, or your own pages. These are some people that first 20, 30 customers, 20, 30 people that might help you out.
Hmm.
And keep learning on a daily basis. Eventually you will get a customer.
Right. Okay. So, also like one question on the professional terms, like as a marketer. So, whenever someone says you to get a first customer, how do you suggest that someone can get their first customer?
Wonderful. So that's a question. So what happens is that when you're starting up, you tend to romanticize about your plan a lot. That you feel that this is going to change the world,
Right.
and you start investing so much into the things that we just spoke about: a brand, a logo, a T-shirt, a bandana, God knows what all. Everyone does
Right.
that. I will make a standee. I will make a fancy website for 1 lakh rupees, and customers will come. That's not going to happen.
Exactly.
If you feel customers are just going to waltz in and start buying from you just because you have a sexy looking website or a beautiful logo or a nice name, that's not going to happen. That's
Right.
the hard reality. The only way that happens, the only way you get your first 5, 10, first customer, 5 customers, 10 customers, or 100 customers, that storytelling, the art of copywriting, the way you
Okay.
write stories on your Instagram page, the way you write stories on LinkedIn, the way you communicate through your video. This is such a beautiful medium. So if someone is lazy, if you are completely lazy and you do not have a time to write a 1,000 word article on a LinkedIn or a Instagram or wherever, just take this phone, grab it, like just grab it and start recording like 10 seconds, 20-second
Right.
videos and start talking about it. The more you talk about it, reach out to more people, people will start noticing. That's number one. Number two, never start by discounting. Never start by
Okay.
discounting, meaning that if X person is doing this, you buy my product for X minus 30% and you will feel better. If you start with that, you will always go into that spiral. Keep your pricing up what you deserve, maybe a premium as well, but you reach out to them personally. What happens is video mode is the best. Probably DM people, record a message, send them a personal message in their DMs.
Okay.
If you think that these 50 people are your
Hmm.
target audience because of the interest and hashtags that you saw, go individually in each of these accounts and send them a personal message. Hi
Okay.
Dhruv, I saw your podcast, amazing. I see that you're doing video interviews. I have this amazing tripod which will be really useful for you and your visitors. Why don't you buy this tripod for me, which will make the quality of your podcast amazing? Does that sound convincing to you? Because that means that I have connected with you personally. I went,
Right.
took the pain of checking you out, what you do, what you are invested in, and then I pitched you about the product. It could be
Yes.
same. So I could do the same on a 30 seconds video also.
Right.
What bigger brands don't do is they are not personalized. They would
Hmm.
probably bombard you with a lot of notifications or emailers or
Okay.
SMSs saying that एक्स ब्रांड का सैटरडे को 50% ऑफ है या फ्लैश सेल्स है या ये ले लो बट डू यू एवर सी Mr. X of a huge company coming and saying, Hi Dhruv, I noticed that you're doing so many amazing things. Buy from me. Who will have a more
Right.
impact? So, as a first customer, make an Instagram account, reach out to 100 people with a video message or a personalized message.
Okay.
Five of them will convert. 100
Okay.
messages. You will keep facing disappointments. Don't worry about it. Build a thick skin. Start reaching out to people. 100 people will convert maybe 1, 2, 5, 10. If that's not working, reach out to 200, 300, 400. The real validation of your business will only happen when you have 100 paying customers. Before
All
that,
right.
do not spend so much money.
There is one thing I wanted to ask you that I see that you are more devoted towards setting up goals and working on those things. So setting up goals is as important in life along with in your business or in your side hustle or in your startup, anything. So how do you suggest that people should focus and set up their goals? Like there are various factors because most of the people I see, they set up their goals which are unrealistic goal which they are not able to achieve that may end up making them demotivated about their work. So is there anything you want to suggest that people should focus
Yes,
on while deciding their
absolutely.
goals?
Absolutely. I personally think I may have figured out a way to sort of supercharge this entire journey of setting goals and smashing them. There's a shortcut, but not a lot of people are willing to take it. The shortcut, there are two ways to do it. The quickest, the fastest, the easiest way to achieve anything or do anything and smash any goals. Number one is that reach out to the most expert person in the field. It could be a
Hmm.
coach, it could be a mentor, it could be the person that you look up to, it could be a paid service, it could be a premium service. People who are expert in that field, you reach out to them and you second is you set yourself exciting goals, like big goals, the goals that seem impossible in the beginning. Yes, I know we just spoke that do not have unrealistic goals, go have unrealistic goals but which are achievable in the near term, in the 6 to 12 months term, uh, and then reach out to these experts and all who will let help you handhold you to get to from point A to point Z. Set
Okay.
yourself these goals. Let's say, for example, you want to start your running journey. So Dhruv, let's say, has never run a half marathon or 21 kilometers. Right now, it might seem like crazy. You are not a
Right.
runner, I'm assuming, and you have
Right.
maximum run like a 4 or 5 kilometers. You set yourself a goal of running a half marathon by March. Now, that in the normal right mind would look like that is just not possible. But then what happens is you've set yourself that goal. Now you reach out to Nishant or reach out to Trifantry or reach out to some other organization who has done this hundreds of times. Reach out to
Okay.
that person, subscribe to their services, reach out, tell them that you want the coaching or mentoring or consulting, whatever you might call it, teaching. Start working on it. Become accountable to them, become accountable to yourself, and you would be surprised what you do in the next 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and 6 months. You
Okay.
might even start running even more. So
Okay.
the way you master a goal, the way you smash goals is first you set yourself a lofty goal, which is exciting enough, which has some kind of achievement attached to it. It could be, doing the world's toughest race or doing your first marathon, or it could be about getting the first 100 customers. First, make that exciting goal and then reach out to that person in that industry who's an expert. So if you are starting up, reach out to the best designer, reach out to the best coder, reach out to the best. Do not tell them, do not say that, can you help me build this? Go for
Hmm.
advice. They will be more open to you. Interview them, ask them five, six questions. If they are available, they will help you out. Otherwise, they will give you a way to go and achieve that. They will refer someone, but you will find a
Okay.
way. Otherwise,
Okay.
alone you might be in dark and you will make your own share of mistakes. That 6 months, which you could have just gotten by paying some small amount of money, learning from the experience, you would take probably 2 years by making your own share of mistakes, so many losses and so many injuries or whatever, frustration and all of that.
Right.
2 years, what you would have taken, that expert will handhold you and literally pick you from A and drop you to your destination.